Hey, welcome back to Star Gaming. So I'm back now. Wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about economy in the game and if it's important, what you should do about it, or if it should just be secondary or whatever. So I did notice fighting some high level bases that a lot of people don't level up their farms all that much. The roads they level up a little bit. What do you call these things? The little caravans, they level up a good amount, but it's not a priority. Now, I know at the beginning of the game, getting gold and food, you can't really get enough of it. Every time you turn around, you're running out, or you need so much, and then you spend it, and then it's gone. So I know at the beginning of the game, a lot of people like to use, let's see, I think it's this one. They like to use, oops, they like to use the hanging gardens. I'm going to click all three of these. As you can see, all three of these give you economic benefits, whether it's boost your farms, boost your golden caravans, or boost your fruit trees and your gold mines, things like that. The Acropolis is actually the only one that's not economic. Um, a few ages in, a lot of people do end up switching to the Acropolis and kind of keep that going because it is more military based, which is fine. Um, and then you end up getting trees, and every few ages you get more. So right now I have 10 of them. They're really cool, and you can pick at them. I forget how long it is, but it's maybe I think I might have mine at like every 3 hours or something like that. Um, and then you have the mines, which you start out with one. Later you get a second one, and then you get a third. You find a third one later on. You might find more though, because I haven't cleared a lot of this extra space over here. So I'm assuming, I could be wrong, that later on you can get another one, at least one more. In the store, you can go to economy. These are all the things here. Um, I do have everything that is available to me. Let's see what else economy wise. Yeah, I guess the storehouse is economy. Stores your trade goods, so you definitely want to level those up a little bit so you can keep more of these things on hand because you're going to need them to hire mercenaries. Oh, maybe I'll get those. I love the mercenaries. I've always used them from the beginning of the game. They're very interesting. They do have their pluses and minuses. They do come in small little groups, which is nice. So it's not like you're getting one little unit, unless it's like a heavy unit. But they're nice. They're very useful. And sometimes if you just need some little archer looking dudes, but you want to use all your slots for something else, it's good to have some mercenaries that will cover that at not much of a cost. The other thing is, going hunting for these things here. Whenever I have a little bit of spare time, I definitely go and do a little bit of the hunting. Every age that you progress in, you do get a little bit more out of them, which is good. So um, I don't know. I think it's still worth it to go hunting. If they didn't do that, then I mean, you'd stop hunting way long ago because they weren't produced that much. But so one thing that's really going to help you is the library. Let's go back all the way to the beginning because you'll see what they see as most important for you. So pottery is a big one. So you can see those benefits there. Those all help you with economy, right? Which you really need at the beginning of the game for sure. This one also helps you with economy. Reinforcements is different. Yeah, that's mercenary stuff. So those are good. Let's see. Oh, here's the other thing. They actually color coded these, so the ones that are that brownish color are to help your economy. So here's another one which is really good. Refund Declare Forest is really good because they are crazy expensive. Let's see what other economy was. This one, level 2, has crop rotation, which is really nice. And you can see those benefits there, which is really nice. These ones are also really good. Let's go to level 3. So this is for blessings, but the blessings will help you out with a lot of economic type things as well. Hounds. So it's funny because these things don't seem like super important. They're kind of like, hunting this, hunting that. But these are all incremental things that will increase and you'll never lose them. So like they continue. These will continue, you know. So they're passive, but they're really, really good. This one I've been working on. Plus 40% storehouse health. That's really good. Extra storage, perfect. Like this one here wouldn't be like a super, super priority, but it's definitely a plus. Definitely a plus. Let's see, let's go to level 6. Yeah, this is a little bit later in the game when you do the oil stuff. This one's really important. I finished that one, which is good, and then vault. So at the beginning of the game, you're probably only going to be looking at chapter 1 and maybe chapter 2. Chapter 1 will take a little bit because it's 2 sets of books. Chapter 2 will unlock a little bit later, and then chapter 3. So I would definitely recommend doing all the economic ones. All of them are going to help you. None of them are going to be like a one-time payoff. They're going to continue to help you throughout the game. Now let's go further down to beyond where I am. And these are not color-coded. So let's see. These are going to be a little bit different for sure. Yeah, because these all deal with higher level, more advanced stuff. But let's see if this one, Spoils of War, Victory Chest, and something like that. So all of that's, I guess, economic type stuff, expedition things. Yeah. So at the beginning of the game, I would say definitely focus on your offense, defense, things like that. You know, that's always going to be at the forefront. Definitely focus on your economic books here and get those moving along because some of these are really going to make a big difference. Now the question comes up often about how good are the caravans? How good are the farms? Like, should you be leveling them up? Should you be really paying attention to them or not? I would say that they don't need to be maxed out. The more you level up your stuff, like let's click upgrade here on the top, it says XP reward, and then you see the hit points go up. So the XP is going to increase your XP stat up here. So I'm French Atomic 183. If I were to upgrade every single one of my farms, if I were to upgrade all my caravans, that would increase that, and it would actually increase my level. Technically, what that means is that when you get matched up in wars, they're going to be looking for people around your number, because they're trying to get somebody that's fair against you. So if you take the time to really level up all this stuff, it's going to increase your total level and potentially put you up against harder bases. So that's one thing. The second thing is if you do level them up, it's going to increase the HP of all those buildings, and it's going to make it harder for the enemy to take them down, which might buy you a few extra seconds here and there to get your defensive troops out and get them. So in that regard, maybe it is a plus to level them up higher up. The one thing that you do want to level up either way is the food storage and gold storage, because you're going to need a certain amount every time you want to level up some big advanced buildings, and also if you're ever trying to advance to the next age. You don't have to max out your farms, you don't have to max out your caravans. I do recommend connecting your roads to your city center, because that is, sorry, I just had a burp for a second. That is going to give you a lot more gold, and it's also going to increase what is it called? I guess your defense and HP and things like that. It's just going to give you a big boost to your city center if you have your roads connected to it. So that is something I recommend, but obviously there are some players that don't want to do that and just keep stuff on the side, on the outside, the city center on the outside, and just kind of let it do its own thing. So I don't think it's, I would say in the second and third part and the third portion of the whole game, it's not as important to level up the farms or the caravans. I would say the first third of the game, yes. Other than attacking, it's such an easy way to get food and gold. Oil is different. Um, Oil takes a lot longer to get. So, like I said, you don't need to max out every single one of your oil wells, but maybe one, and then have two of them leveled up a pretty good amount. And then once again, go back in here and start researching more in the library to give you more stuff like that. The other thing that is important is your wonders. A lot of your wonders are very either offensive or defensive or economic. So if we go to this one, to Notre Dame, reduces cost of library technologies and unit upgrades. That's one of the reasons why I have it. And once a day you may collect bonus gold. The 35,000 I've not seen change. I am going to take a look at it when I go to the next age and see if that changes, but I don't think it changes. And that overall, it's not that much. In 10 days, 350K. Yeah, that's a pretty good amount, but it's not crazy. But the technology discount and unit upgrade discount are the two reasons why people get it, because it's awesome. And then you'll see the hit points are not that bad, pretty good. But if I hit replace, we'll see. I don't think any of these are economic at all. Yeah, see, none of these are economic at all. So the only one that's somewhat economic, because it helps you with upgrades and technology, is going to be this one here. Then let's go to this one here, Taj Mahal. This one increases loot stolen from attacks, which is nice. I like that 3%. 3% is not much, but it is something. And then hire a free mercenary once per day. And that's why I have it. I really like getting that free mercenary. And as you level up your mercenary camp, that really becomes very, very valuable. And the loot stolen is good. It will help your economy as well. Look at some of the other ones, though. Versailles and Angkor are both military-based. Even though Angkor says you may collect bonus trade goods, so that's good. But most people get that one for the defending and healing nearby defenders. Temple of Tekal increases trade good capacity and refunds some of the resources stolen by opponents. So that's another one that's relatively economic. I could have sworn that on the last video it was telling me that it only costs 300 to replace. And I'm pretty sure I have it on video. And now they're 600. I wonder if there was an event or something that just finished. That's very interesting, because I could have sworn they said 300 crowns. Or maybe because I had no workers, they were giving me a discount. That's really weird. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be changing any of those. But those are all economic. So yeah, so to answer that question that did come about, is it's not necessary, it's not mandatory. You'll see a lot of high level bases that don't have maxed out farms, that don't have maxed out caravans, and they still do pretty good. They do get a slight bump every time you move up in age, a very minor bump. But yeah, I mean, I think they're very important. They are something that I want to work on. To me, it's more cosmetic. I mean, obviously, you want to get more production, especially if you're not fighting all the time. If you're fighting all the time, I guess it doesn't matter that much. That's probably the top 300 players or 500 players. They spend a lot of time looting. So they could care less about how much they're producing in the town. But, they just take it when they can. If you're slightly more intermediate to casual, you might want to level them up a little bit higher, because like even the farms, uh, they store a certain amount and then they produce a certain amount. And I have a technology bonus that helps, and then currently have a VIP bonus. But that's okay. Um, but it'll sit there until you collect it, basically. Um, the other reason that a lot of high level bases don't keep a lot of farms and things like that leveled up is specifically for that storage. Um, like this one is 140K, but if let's say they only had it at level 8 or level 10, it might only be 100,000 capacity. So the less they have sitting around in the farms, um, the less you can steal from them. So a lot of times they'll do that so they don't have a lot of food and gold sitting around for you to take. So that makes sense too. If you don't want people to steal that much, don't keep them in the farms. So keep farms low, so they can only steal a certain amount. Um, and that's basically it. You know, you really want to play whatever play style you want. Um, I can't show you the. I think I'm going to speed this up because I have the crowns and I'm getting impatient. So let's do this. Your nation has reached the Cold War age, and I'm really excited to. Oh, nice, the Claymore. That's awesome. Yay! Now I want to see the city center. Wow, that looks awesome. That looks really awesome. Just funny because my little caravans look so outdated now. This looks awesome. Wow. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna change nations. I think I'm gonna run around with tanks for a little bit. The next one is 15.5, which is not gonna take me that long, to be honest. I've been accumulating gold pretty quickly. But you have to be a certain level as well. So what does it say? I have to reach level 220. Okay, not mad about it. The other thing I wanted to talk about Revolution here is economy. If you are very, very big on economy, definitely look at the Chinese. Gives you an additional citizen, which will help you build stuff, which is really good. That's basically the only reason. But there are other wonders that you can get later on, and other things you can do that might help you reduce training time and things like that, and building time. That the extra worker is really going to help you out a lot. Let's see. Refunds part of upgrade costs. That's going to help you as well with your economy at the beginning of the game for sure. Let's see, what else? Economic. I guess the Koreans are somewhat economic as well. Refunds loot after being attacked, 10%. So you get a little bit of a refund, which is really good. The British a little bit indirectly increases the loot stolen during attacks. So that helps your income a little bit there. Let's see. The Germans don't have anything for that. The Japanese increase the length of peace treaties. This is a very strong nation at the beginning of the game because they are very strong. Once you go into the gunpowder age and beyond, they kind of fall off a little bit. But if you're a very casual player, increasing the length of peace treaties is huge. It means you're not going to play as often. You don't have to worry about being attacked for a long while. And in that while, you can harvest, you can hunt, you can work on your caravans, like all that stuff, and really get your economy going. So this one is actually really good for your economy as well because of the peace treaties. But it's definitely not for aggressive players. They would get very bored with the Japanese, or at least feel like some of their that extra skill there doesn't really help them in any way. Um, let's see, and the Romans don't have anything other than military force. So like it's been said many times on different videos, choose a nation uh, that's gonna, work for you. If you play moderately, if you're very aggressive, if you're very hands-on, or if you just want to play a little bit here and there, or if you really want to focus on your economy. I tend to play a little bit more balanced. I rely heavily on my economy when I'm not playing all that much. But when I'm playing, I want to loot, 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 loot. Um, but I never forget my economy. I never say, hey, I'm going to stop upgrading this. I'm going to stop focusing on this. Like I never do. Um, but that's just the way that I play. But yeah, I just wanted to go over a couple things economy wise um, on in the game because the question came up about that, and I even had a question of why a lot of high level bases don't have maxed out farms. But like I said, for me, it's not only just getting the economy benefit out of it. I just love the game. I love the artwork, like all the effort that they put into it to make everything look unique and everything upgrade. I've seen the farms in the space age, information age, um, uh, all those ages there, and the buildings, the modern buildings look amazing. Even the farms look amazing, which is one of the reasons why I like this game is that everything can be upgraded, and it's not upgrading and just they change the color. Like they actually go into detail and make it look more modern, make the buildings, the planes, all the units, everything that's up that you can upgrade gets a little bit of a refinement and looks more contemporary. And I love that. I love games that show progression that way. So to me, that's huge. So actually, I'll show you just a quick example. This is a market right here, level 11. Looks nice. Definitely starting to look a little bit more modern. This one right here is a level 13. And look how cool that looks. That looks awesome. Even the houses. It's a game where you're not going to spend a lot of time looking at your houses. You're going to spending a ton of time warring and battling. And, once you have a base that's this size or bigger, you're not going to be zooming in all the time. You're going to want to, go around to what you need to do and then move on. But I love the city building aspect of this game, and I love the detail because they really put really, really good detail in this game. And it's just cool. Even the barbed wire right there, Brandenburg Gate. Like they really paid attention to detail in the game. Everything looks really, really well drawn, like that. Let's see. So even these two mills look different. So that's 10 and that's an 11, and they look different. Let's see. It's really cool. So yeah, I don't know. I like the visual aspect and how they really made everything you look unique. And then honestly, that's one of the reasons why I was thinking of changing my nation just to see the buildings of a different nation. I'll probably still use a similar type of troops. Um, yeah, I think tactically in the third part of the game, there are some wonders and a few nations that are tactically better when you go to war, and they're more effective, more efficient. They give you a lot more options that way. Um, but I feel like everybody's going to be viable in like strength and power. You're not depending on archers anymore. You're not depending on infantry. You're not depending on small little rinky-dink planes and things like that. In the third part of the game, you're depending on um, just raw power and then tactics. Their tactics, I think, become a lot more important, and you have a lot more weapons at your disposal, a lot more different kind of troops and things like that. So, skill is always going to be a part. Strategy is always going to be a part of this game. Just by having the best nation does not going to guarantee you being amazing. There's some people in the top 50, top 100 that are Japanese, that are Chinese, that a lot of people are like, eh, and they still do amazing things. So yeah, every nation is viable. Just play your way. Just play the way that you enjoy, and then find the wonders that go with that, and research and research. The university will help you research specific type of units that you really want to amp up. You can prioritize, and the library is basically just going to give you a ton of passive or incremental bonuses that are going to carry out throughout the whole game. So yeah, so economy is important, but you get your loot however you like. Thanks for watching. Please leave some comments or any questions below. Thank you.